Cardinals. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. First down, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 29-yard line.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
The ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and inches.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win.
Green Bay.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Packers.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Again, the ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Touchdown, Packers! Devontae Adams, 30 yards. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives a running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
7-yard line.
First carry for Kenyon Drake. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Second and 11. Now a handoff looking right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
At the 22-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork.
Money hasn't knocked loose, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
After the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Being chased out left. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
25-yard.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. from the gun. He'll hand this off. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
At the 32-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Rodgers now on first down. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. They'll get this complete to Batson. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Right back to him on first down. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Running back. He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second
quarter action. 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. The 40. He's at the 30.
Get off the
10. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. Fumble recovery. Touchdown for Arizona.
Lining up for the extra point.
Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach. The offensive coordinator just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone. Can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat?
And he loses the football a second time. And the Cardinals have got it. Go the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free. Yeah,
it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Escaping the pressure right. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will score. It's a big 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Adams. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The Cardinals take over.
This has been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down. After the turnover, here's Murray. And his throw is incomplete. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again, Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's
a 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now from Murray. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Fielded in the end zone. Decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, but it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
No gain on the play.
If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
To throw on 3rd down, Murray. Here as he's taken down. Taco Charlton tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Taking it about the 36. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Onside throw complete to Adams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the Cardinals, 30.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he stopped immediately there.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
Brings up 4th down.
So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. The gun. Here's Murray. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And it's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. From the gun, Murray. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. To throw again, Murray. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Complete to Kenyon Drake. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, Drake. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
4-yard line.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. This is intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will close the gap down to 14. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And that one will bounce bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, it's either right there on the brink, aren't they?
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. Steps away to his left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense, because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned the block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The 16-yard line.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Great effort there. There to make the ground. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wall. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 27, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Zane Gonzalez.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
7-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Cardinals take over first.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, the 20. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Soma, man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they've earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. And escaping the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Rodgers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
A gain of 12. And
just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Rodgers, operating from the gun. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this fourth quarter. In a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
You see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. He's going to float this one deep right side. Intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. It'll buy some time right. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Green Bay.
on first down. Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. The Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That'll do it for us, for Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this.